pompous ass English ale. You don't say. Yeah, it's a beer, all right. I'd recognize that anywhere. Hey, folks, it's Alex from Great Lakes Brewery, the brewery's hardest working, best looking, and most modest employee. And I'm here today for another installment of Between Two Fermenters. This week, I am joined by none other than the drunk Polkaroo himself, Rob Arsenault. Do I call you Mr. Polkaroo?
I think you just go poke.
Call you drunk?
Drunk would be good. That's usually how the LCBO refers to me. But poke is nice. Sir is good.
Sir.
Hey you, my wife calls me.
I don't know where you think you are, but I'll just call you, I like poke. That's a
Poke
good one.
is good.
Yeah, poke.
Poke's solid.
All right. Well, I think a beer is in order. Are you familiar with Great Lakes Brewery brand Pompous Ass English Ale?
Pompous ass is indeed my first Great Lakes love.
Your first Great Lakes
I have
love.
struck that pose many times. Not that I'm a pompous ass, an ass maybe, but pompous no.
Yeah, I get behind that.
Yeah. That's a solid pour. You've been well trained.
Oh, thank you.
Lots of head.
Well,
Beautiful.
yeah, look at that. It cascades.
It's almost like
Slowly,
it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
I'm covering up that label there. So you just want to hold on to that.
It's very important in my.
I'll let you take that. You can choose your own adventure from this point forward. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to do my quick 10-second tasting notes. Yep, Pompous Ass English Ales. It's GLB's take on an English classic. You're still going to get notes of black tea and toffee treacle, I think they call it over there on the other side. But truly, a GLB spin on it that's finished with some North American style hops. So you're going to get a little bit of a bright citrusy finish, but nothing that's going to throw off the beer as a whole. Really a little something for everybody, if you ask me. And I'm loving that 4.2% alcohol because you can have a couple more and get away with it. At least that's how I view it.
Tastes like heaven, and your nose has to go up when you're done.
Speaking of noses going up, I don't know if you've seen our Mr. Sir, actually, is it Sir? Has he been knighted? I believe he's been knighted. Sir Double Fuggle Long Bottom Bachman Turner Overdrive, as I know him. If you know him as well as I do, you can call him whatever you want. But ultimately, if you're at your local LCBO or beer store or grocery store or decent bar, ask for Pompous Ass. All right, with that out of the way, let's delve right into these hard-hitting questions. Be prepared; they're very hard.
I'm very prepared. I have watched the previous episodes.
Yeah,
I know where we're going.
They're in the hot seat. They're like, you can tell they're like sweating because the questions are so hard.
It's not easy. It's 60 minutes up in here.
I know, right? So we're just gonna delve right in. I hear you like chips.
I am a fan of chips. I do enjoy
What a coincidence! I brought along today
snack.
a small gift. I've got some Neil Brothers brand. We got the sweet and smoky barbecue. Very good.
I do love
And
a good barbecue chip.
the pink salt.
I thank you for chips.
But yeah, feel free to.
I do enjoy chips. I'm a chip guy.
Yeah, we do have some photographic evidence, which I think they're going to put here,
Of my chip love.
or maybe here. I don't. It's all done. It's all magic, with the editor.
The science of editing.
So let's just get right into it. Feel free to snack on a chip or two. Where did it all begin? At what point were you like, you know what? The world needs to know that I'm drinking a lot of beer.
Well, I think I used to tell people I drank a lot of beer back in the day, but it was mostly pictures of empty 2-4s on the wall.
So you had to prove it. You're like, all right, now I'm going to write articles about the beer.
Yes, I want people to understand beer. I want them to know where beer comes from and what beer I like, because everybody needs to know that. But mostly it comes from the fact that I would make plans drunk that sober I could not finish. So I said to my wife one day, I said, drunk Rob needs to have a talk with sober Rob, because sober Rob needs to explain things to him, but he's never here when I'm here. I'm the bloody drunk Polkaroo.
So when you're not reviewing beers and eating chips and documenting both of those things on the internet, what is it you're doing in your day-to-day life?
I work in a grocery store, so not in the beer section, although I do get called down to the beer section
Your
many
grocery
times
store
a day.
has a beer section?
We do. We have actually have Pompous Ass in our grocery store and Canuck. It's a little weird when my boss is there and somebody will come up and say, "You're the drunk Polkaroo," and I'm always like, "Yeah, I am. I'm just gonna go over here for a minute, boss. I'll be back."
That's good. Have you tried that before?
A few times. A few times.
What's your stance on the new trend toward how do I put this? More physically forward beer reviews, image focused.
Like people.
People holding a beer.
Now, I wanted to
usually attractive people.
I wanted to do cleavage shots, and I think you've seen my shot of me with my shirt open for my dad bod.
It was hard to forget.
It's a beautiful shot.
hard to forget.
I do love showing off. There is a segment of the market that does love what I bring when I pop off that top.
So if you're ever looking to do like a side bit, you could probably just do like, a topless poke, like, Instagram feed where like, it's subscription only.
Poke after dark.
Wow, that was intense. Right, guys? Please, I insist. Mi casa, su casa. Between these two fermenters.
I do like sitting between the fermenters. It makes me feel like I'm part of the brewery. I did hug Tank 10. And I went over and I hugged it, and I'm not going to say I didn't kiss it, and there was any tongue, but I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable.
There are no poke tongues in any Tank 10 beers, just so you know. Don't worry, on the outside. All right, Poke, now we're going to jump into a segment called Rapid Fire Questions. So we're going to try and just fire through these, all right? Have you ever considered doing a review sober?
That's a scary thing, because then I would have to reveal my true feelings.
Do you work odd hours? Is there a reason that most of your beer reviews are, tweets are done at 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, I work 9 to 7.
9 to 7?
9 to 7, 10 hours a day.
How many beers do you drink a night?
On an average night, let's say
Let me
2.
get average, let me get low end, and let me get high.
Let's say 2. So honestly, most nights, and most people don't know this, and I've been trying to put this out there. Last May, I counted all my beers. I drank 150 beers last May. That was a lot of beer.
Glitter beer or green beer?
Glitter beer is just funny.
I would agree with you, actually.
It's only funny if it's glittery coming out the other way, though. That's all I gotta say.
Please help yourself.
Well,
I insist.
You don't waste a drop. You know that, right? So I was gonna make sure. Thank you.
There was at least 2 more drops in there.
That's excellent. Well done. Well done.
What's your favorite brand of chips?
My favorite brand of chips.
You just say whatever you want.
I'm not being paid to say this, but I must say Neil Brothers chips are among the best.
No way. I am also not being paid to say that Neil Brothers chips are delicious.
Isn't it great that we're on the same wavelength? We're like
crazy.
chip brothers.
Now, drunky Polkaroo, I'd like to thank you for coming out here today on the old Between Two Fermenters here. Be sure to check out my old pal here's online presence in all of its capacities. Just Google Drunk Polkaroo. You will find him. He's got like a monopoly on that little corner of the internet. Thanks again. And in the meantime, be sure to keep tipping your glass in the right direction and remember to keep it #FreshGLB. Oh yeah, that's good. If you need me, I'll be at Bryden's per usual. Bye.
The soul of the poke.